Hi, hello and welcome back. Welcome back to year 5 of LEGO Harry Potter, the second game, years 5 to 7. In the Order of the Phoenix we are right now, part 6 already, let's get straight into it. We learned Diffindo last episode, this spell right here, and afterwards we went to the Order of the Phoenix headquarters for some Christmas break shenanigans, and right now it looks like we're following Neville back into the room of requirement, so here's another class. Bellatrix escaped, of course, we saw that at the end as well, and Bellatrix is the woman that killed Neville's parents. There we go. Harry is teaching everybody their Patronus charm. Looks like the other things in this room for now are just gonna be about studs, so we're not gonna focus on that. We're just gonna have everybody kill a Dementor real quick. Go, Neville down. Ginny? Oh, we can just switch between everyone now, I guess. Or do we maybe need to do some other stuff to spawn the new Dementors? Dementors are, of course, the prisoners of Azkaban. The prisoners? The guards of Azkaban, that's more like it. The wizarding prison. We've seen them a bunch in the previous games already. We've seen them at the start of this game as well. They were the magical creatures that attacked Harry and Dudley at the beginning. And there we go. Luna has destroyed hers as well. Let's switch over to Ronald Weasley. Bilious is his middle name, if you were wondering. His parents did him quite dirty. What is this? Oh, I didn't know Ron had this owl as a pet. And it has a helmet because Ron's pet is a bit derpy. Well, it's not really his pet, I guess. Scabbers used to be his pet, but his family owl, I don't know the name, but it's a bit derpy. There we go. One more Dementor down. But yeah, we've seen them a bunch already. They play a big part in all of the movies, of course. They are the guards of Sirius Black when we try to save him, and they can kill a person by giving someone the Dementor's kiss, that's what they call it. They come and they float really close to your face and they kind of, move towards your mouth and they suck the soul out of you a bit. I would make an inappropriate joke, but we're playing a kids game right now, so let's keep it child friendly. I did notice that the very first video of this series, of the previous game actually even, got a new comment by a person who I definitely believe to be a kid, because just the way that he was speaking and the way that the biggest clue for me, which might sound a bit, well, I don't know how to say it, a bit stereotypical or something, but he asked me which Harry Potter characters I didn't like. And I said, well, Umbridge is a very well-written character and she's portrayed beautifully in the story. She's just really she gets on my nerves, she makes my blood boil. And his answer when I asked the question to him, to this random YouTube commenter, was Voldemort, Umbridge, and one other person, but I'm pretty sure it was also a bad guy either way. And I guess what I want to say is that's how you recognize younger audiences most of the time, because younger audiences will most of the time just call, oh, she has this little no idea what the name is, but I remember this from the movie. On the train she shows it to Harry. Younger people will most of the time, I gotta finish my sentences, younger people will most of the time, because otherwise it's not gonna be fun to enjoy anymore. Younger people will most of the time think of the bad persons in the movie, the villains and stuff, as being worse characters or just being unlikable characters. But sometimes you just gotta appreciate how the villain is written, you know, and how much effort has been put into their character. And that's why I really like Umbridge. I detest her as a person. I literally want to, what did I call one of my previous episodes? Something like wring her neck out like a towel or something. Pretty self-descriptive, I think, right there. But it's just, she has been written so tremendously well, and that is reflected in the... I'm gonna shut up for a second. Talking about the devil, huh?
Yeah!
There she is right there. And Cho Chang ratted us out. Little snitch. Little bitch. Kingsley Shacklebolt is back. And Dumbledore is out. Oof. Here. That's a bit less cool than in the movies, but okay.
I have no intention of going to Azkaban.
Enough of this. Take him!
You may not like him, Minister, but you can't deny Dumbledore's got style.
It's the job done. You know what I was just wondering? No, I'm gonna finish my thought from earlier first. This pink devil right here, how much I dislike her is actually a testament or a testimony, or is actually just indicative of how well she is written. Because normally villains are just a bit annoying and stuff, and well, I can deal with that because they're the villains, so they're meant to be annoying like that. But man, Umbridge, that's just a different breed, you know? And that's also what I responded to that young commenter, or the commenter I presume to be young, is that for some reason I even hate Umbridge more than Lord Voldemort himself. And that's how you know that the character is just well written, alright? And I actually find it even cooler that Umbridge, the person who just discovered our little Dumbledore's army meeting, so that's done for now. I actually find it even cooler that she has the capacity to kind of induce those feelings in me and in other people, because she's written so one-dimensionally, you know what I mean? She's just like, she doesn't have different character arcs, she doesn't have any flexibility, there's no evolution, she stays the exact same person, and still, normally that's a bad characteristic in my opinion for most of the characters written in fiction. For example, that's why Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of my favorite shows of all time, because there is so much evolution and flexibility in character development, and that also makes me like those characters immensely. But Umbridge just does not have that at all. She just stays the same woman throughout the entire story, and still she just really gets under your nails. Well written, well played, just a nice character. See what Hagrid has to offer. Forbidden Forest in the 5th movie. Right. I know what we're gonna see right now.
Oh.
There's a flower behind the closed door. Is this a mission? No, still one of the more class-oriented things, I guess. We do, of course, have Hagrid. Can we play as him? Yeah, he is big and strong, so he can automatically just pull these things open. He doesn't need a strength potion for that. I don't know what the deal with that was, but... Oh, there's something on the ground. But we can't make something out of it yet, so we probably need Hermione's cat to dig some stuff up. I wonder where Hagrid's dog is, why he hasn't joined us, but I guess in the movie, in this part, he was also not really with them. A watering can, huh? Oh, this looks like something that needs water. Yeah. Oh, right. I think characters are probably one of the hardest things to write in fictional universes though. Or one of the things that I would find the hardest, because I would also probably get stuck in making characters either really one-dimensional or giving them way too many different personality aspects. So that's the other side of the spectrum that's also problematic for the character, you know, that they don't have consistency, and that makes them really hard to understand. You can't have a good guy that all of a sudden just does random bad things for no reason and still think of him as the good guy. But having a good guy that only does good things throughout the entire story, that's also not really so relatable or realistic, so that makes him less likable as well. And that's something the Harry Potter universe shines in as well, because, well, in Harry, it is, of course, because a part, spoiler alert, because a part of Voldemort lives inside him. But still, we see him doing some questionable things sometimes. He yells at his friends and stuff, for example. And he's just a bit of an asshole, really, sometimes. Here we go. Hagrid's brother, or half-brother. A bit on the derpy side. Right, just breaking Hagrid's spine, that's pretty funny. But now he has Hermione. You're just trying to have some fun with her, though? I guess Hagrid just indicated to us that he just wants to hear some music, huh? So that's our next objective. I think the part of writing a fiction story that I would be best at is probably world building. When it comes to that front, years of playing games and reading stories on my own and watching TV shows and movies and stuff like that have kind of built in this capacity in my head to imagine quite some awesome things, if I do say so myself. I feel like I could like really shape up a world out of nothing, you know? I've never tried anything like that, so it might be the case that I'm just really bad at it and I'm completely bullshitting you right now, but I feel like my imagination is one of my strongest characteristics of myself, my talents actually, and creativity, which hopefully is reflected a bit in these YouTube videos. I feel like if that really is the case, that I do have a kind of a creative mindset, that you could kind of recognize that a bit in the way that I make my videos, and that it kind of differs from some other people you might find on this platform. Always indulge to try and give my own touch to these videos and these gameplays, and not just play the game, or not just Graup, that's a pretty crazy name, not just play the game or just react to things. I try to combine everything, you know? Really try to make it something of my own. When the bitches get cranky, you know you better put them down, my man. What did I say about this being a kid's game again? Oh, he meant no harm, of course. Everybody knows that. He just wanted to make some new friends. Just ring the bell, bro. There we go. Alright, great. Let's just do one more thing. Hopefully it's not a mission though, because that would make the video a bit longer, but I feel like most of the videos in this series have been pretty short so far, except for the first one, so maybe a longer video isn't that bad either way. I'll meet you again when we get there. Severus Snape needs what seems to be a spoon. Could it possibly in this chest that is standing right next to you, brother? Well, would you know? If you just looked for 1 second, you would have found it. Still don't get why they introduced that mechanic so often, but it's fine. Here we are. Oh, I know what's gonna happen. Another class for Harry to learn how to protect his mind. And here Harry goes. Now we're inside Snape's memories. This is gonna be a mission. It's still not a mission, that's great, because that most of the time means that it's gonna be a bit shorter. And we are playing as Harry's dad right now. I don't know why we wouldn't just be playing as Harry and Snape, but that's fine. Is this like Remus over here? Yeah. And I guess he can just change into a werewolf. Doesn't really make that much sense, but I did notice that he was actually able to pull the orange things when he is in werewolf form. He's a bit stronger. Oh, alright. We're not playing as Snape and James. We're playing as, yeah, Sirius Black, James, and Lupin. Let's play with James for now. So we're inside Snape's memories right now. And Harry will get a bit of a wake-up call about what kind of a person his dad really was, you know, because he always thought of him as like this amazing person that could never do anything wrong, but quite a pleasant aesthetic actually, these pale colors throughout. It's not really black and white, but it's not brown either. Is this what they call sepia, like the old type of pictures? I don't know if it's exactly this, but it kind of resembles it, I think. Alright, and here we need to dig a bit, so let's use Sirius. I don't think this really fits the story that they just would transform into their animagus forms. I should explain what an animagus is first. Animagus are wizards, or animagi maybe the multiple, I don't know. Maybe it's animagi when you're talking about multiple wizards, but either way, they are wizards that have learned to transform into an animal at their own will. Harry's dad and Sirius and also Peter Pettigrew, but he's not included in this flashback for some reason. They learned that to accompany their friend Lupin when he had to transform into a werewolf, which is also kind of an animagus thing, but he can't control it himself, whereas the animagi that I talked about earlier can. Another animagi we know and love in the story is of course Professor McGonagall, because we see that she can turn into a cat. scissors to cut the tree branch he's sitting on, I would presume. Really giving Snape a bit of a hard time right now. Dueling, interesting. R was the button to defend, right? Oh. Sorry for the insanely loud noise, probably. I feel like it wasn't space last time that I needed to... Oh, so it's different buttons. Interesting. Last time I got the E button twice in a row, though, I believe. So I didn't even know that it was different buttons. Spamming on the keyboard is actually harder than on the controller, it feels like. On the controller, I'm pretty proficient at spamming. The spacebar is, of course, a lot easier, but it will destroy your ears. And there we go. Flashback finished already. No pants for you, sir. That's not how Harry acted in the movie. That portrays him as being an even worse character than I was talking about earlier, of him being an asshole sometimes. Harry didn't feel so triumphant at all in the original story, I believe. I feel like he felt like his world got turned upside down a little bit, because the man that he thought to be so great, his father, was actually a bit of a bully himself sometimes. Doesn't matter, that was a great finish to this episode, which now has a bit of the perfect length in my opinion. Hope you enjoyed it, hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.